Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video I want to talk about content research and ideas. What are some best practices to use when coming up with content and ideas for your page or anyone's page, to be honest. So this is something that people, like, if you don't have content ideas and if you don't know what to talk about, you're not going to create anything. So this is a step one and a very important step one. So if you don't know what you're going to record, you're not going to record it. If you don't have ideas planned, you're not going to create anything. So you need to make sure that first step of just content research and ideas is solidified. Now this is something I sent out to my newsletter yesterday, and I wanted to make a separate video on this just to talk about it. And this is for performing content. So if you're looking to just get more views, likes, shares, this will definitely help you achieve that. So step one is to write down 5 to 10 categories of content that would work for the brand. You have to write 5 to 10 categories of content. It can't be like 2. So if you're working for a doctor, for example, so let's just create a list for a doctor. So let's say, let me go dentist just to be a little more specific, because doctor could mean anything nowadays. Of course, we want to talk about, like, this is what this is here for. You need to be as specific on what topic you want to talk about as possible. So when you view the list and when you're coming up with ideas, you can always come back to the categories of, like, okay, does this fit this category? Yes, then we should write it down. If it doesn't, let's move on and find more ideas. So something like, I don't know, educational, teaching people. Skits is something that would work. Now I need to do at least 2 more. Now I'm just comparing the list I have on top, like something like motivation or life philosophy. These things won't work for like a dentist page. So dentist content, educational, like teaching people, skits. I wanted to type value-based content, but that comes into educational by itself. I could type something like how-tos. How-tos would be a good one on how to do specific things or certain steps to take. I would also put reaction videos on there, because a dentist reacting to other types of, like, again these are categories of content. And if a dentist is reacting to some bad teeth or something and giving his honest reaction, that's a solid idea right there. So for a dentist page, I would also type something like a personal, just to kind of get the viewers a little more connected with the doctor or the staff a little more personally, like whatever story they have. Like this could mean like they just like something or they have views on something. So this is just a very personal category. Could really, it's a pretty solid list, like the 5, the educational, teaching people. This could be why to do certain things, like why should you brush your teeth every night, or why should you brush your teeth every morning, something like that. Skits could be just him and the staff, or him by himself making some skits that it could be funny, it could be educational, it could tie on to other categories as well. But skits is something that would definitely is something that's more entertaining, and also it teaches you something if you choose to include that into the videos. How-tos, how to do certain things. I'm not an expert in dentist here, but how to floss or, you know, do certain things similar to that. Just teaching people on certain how-tos. So reaction videos are pretty self-explanatory. Him reacting to some bad teeth or certain things happen in the mouth and he's just giving his reaction. And personal thing we already talked about, a little more personal touch to get more people connected with the viewer himself. So step number 2, list 5 competitors or similar niche accounts. So this could be something like just putting down 5 competitors near the dentist area. We're going to stick with the dentist example because it works. So we're going to just use 5 different dentists around the area, or if you guys already have certain competition in mind, you could put that, or just the 5 top most viewed dentist accounts, and you can just put that as 5. I try to mix and match it. So whoever is already performing well with dentist content, definitely follow them, see what they're doing, keep track of them, and also keep track of what your community of other dentists are doing. Create a list, name at least 5. You can obviously create more, but yeah, that's step number 2. Pretty simple. Now let's go into step number 3, research accounts with a lower following but better views. So, and also have an example over here. If an account with 4,000 followers gets a reel that got 200,000 views, that reel did well within the algorithm. So if an account has 4,000 followers and it gets 200,000 views, because the math doesn't work, like how did he get 200,000 views? It did well because the algorithm liked what he posted and people just liked what he posted. Instead of if an account with 450,000 followers gets a reel that got 80,000 views, there is no way to tell if that reel did well, and that idea should not be written down. So if an account with 450,000 followers gets 80,000 views, like we have no idea if that reel did well or just a large portion of that audience, of the account's audience, saw that reel. So a large portion of those 450,000 followers and just saw that reel and just got it to 80,000 views. So best practice is to find smaller accounts and see if they got big views. Then that's an idea you should probably write down, because that did well. This will help you list proven reels that perform. A shortcut for this method is to use Viral Finder. So if you don't know what a Viral Finder is, let me click it over here. So basically what this does is you just type username or whatever. Let's say you found that account that has 4,000 followers and produces a good amount of reels, and you want to like have a whole list in a doc or something. You can just use Viral Finder to do that, and you can do that with multiple accounts as well. It just helps you speed up the process. That's what it's there for. And then finally, step number 4, using the information you have above and filters from step 1. These are the filters. List down 15 content ideas and reels to use for the page. So using all these steps, now on the step 4, your goal is to actually write down ideas. So now you know what categories the content should be in. You know where to look for and what to look for. You know who the competitors are. So these are all your research tools that you need to start creating more content, or just having more ideas for the content. So since you are watching the video, I'll give you another bonus step, which is, and I'll stick with the dentist example, is answering questions that your prospects have, that your patients have, that your potential patients have. So you could literally find some questions in, like, you could go to top dentist pages and Instagram and just go through the comment section and find the most liked comment with a question and just like write those down and make content with that. Or if you have or if you just ask the dentist, like, hey, what is your most asked questions, just give me like 5 simple ones, and those are like 5 content ideas right there too. So I made it as simple as I can so you guys can write down as many content ideas as you can. This will need a dedicated time of, let's say, at least an hour or 2 if you can, once a week, twice a week. Just go write down like 30 ideas, 40 ideas, and just start doing them. It's pretty simple. It just needs its own attention, and the more you do it, the more better you'll get, and it'll create a whole process for you. That's all for today's video. Hope this helps. If it did, let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions, also let me know in the comments. I send things like this Monday to Friday on my newsletter. So if you want to join my newsletter, it's in the description below. It's free, nothing paid, and it's actually pure value. You're not going to find anything else. Like, I don't talk about my newsletter stuff anywhere else other than on my newsletter. I'll see you next week.